Hi, everybody. My name's Alan, and on behalf of the crew, I'd like to welcome you to another edition of Bridging Heaven and Earth. Again, I'd like to thank you all. I mean, people who've been watching the show over the last few weeks know that we have a new format and, certain different things and maybe a slightly different focus. And we've been getting a lot of really nice calls and letters about that. And I really want to thank you for that. And one of the questions people asked about it, I think you're seeing it on the monitor or on your TV screen now, is I was asked about the new flyer we had. I mentioned on the show. I don't know if we'll really get a chance tonight to show it in detail because we have so many incredible things tonight. The only word I can use or the only group of words I could use tonight to describe the show we have is that we have women who are going to manifest their love and their grace and their beauty in ways that are extraordinarily beautiful and extraordinarily powerful. They're different, and yet they're the same. Their love and their manifestation of that love comes in music, it comes in books, it comes in words. But the manifestation of that grace and that power is so self-evident that I think you're in for a really extraordinary evening. So stay with us, cool out, follow me in this short meditation. I really want to get to the show quickly today. So we're going to do a short meditation. If you don't know how to meditate, if you do the technique you know. If you don't, just try to quiet yourself, close your eyes, close your ears, and just drop, the way I would describe it, drop inside. Drop into your heart, because tonight's going to be a show from the heart, about the heart, and to the heart. So join with me for a short while, and then we're going to have Abigail sing songs, Nora, Patti, who's a psychic and a healer and a teacher and an author. We're going to talk and learn and grow and have our hearts open. So please join me in a short meditation, and then we're going to have a really incredible show. Thank you. Okay, now we're going to have Abigail's first song. The Lighter I Am is called. And Abby is one of our favorites on the show. She's been on the show often. And one of the things people said after the first two shows is, "Where's Abby?" So here's Abby.
I
Thank you, Abby. And so on the set with me is Nora Patti, who's a psychic and a healer and a teacher, and has just come out with an extraordinary new book that we'll get into. So welcome.
Thank you.
So
good evening.
Good evening to you. So, I mean, you know, we've spent some time together over recently, so I know that you had your psychic gifts from the time you were a little child, and you're clairvoyant and clairaudient. Could you describe what that means and what psychic means to you? And
well, a clairvoyant for me is someone who sees the energy and is capable of watching what is going on around on the spiritual planes. So since I was a child, I would see, and I had to understand what it means and to integrate this gift and to be able to use it.
And clairaudient means you can also hear?
I hear voices sometimes, but I believe that they are my own voices, my own self. That
the higher self, in a sense?
The higher self, or the soul, the voice of the soul. I use in another book, I use the word my literal voice. This is one of the things that are helping me, and it's my intuition, my own intuition. And besides that, I have another voice that is talking to me directly in my ear in case of emergency or in case of something very important only.
So you'll probably know in advance if the set's going to fall on us.
Well,
no,
I hope not.
It's only a joke, everybody. So you've written this new book that, I mean, you gave me about a month ago, and I've read most of it, but I can't say I read every.
Great.
Yeah, right. And you know I'm not much of a reader, so and there's a lot of really new information in there, and it's called I Am That I Am, and then like the subtext is Alta Major. And your feeling is that this new technique, this Alta Major opening, is the new yoga, the new way to help transformation. Is that fairly accurate way of describing?
Yes, yes.
Why don't you do better?
Well, in fact, I always knew about the Alta Major.
Describe it.
Okay. The Alta Major is a nerve center situated at the base of the skull, just under the skull, under the skull. Okay, right in the middle.
I'll do the translation from French.
If I don't speak correctly, you can do that.
That'll be my job.
So, just right in the middle, at the base of the skull, at the top of the spine, at the junction of the spine and the skull. Okay, it's a nerve center, and it's a communication center. So this is where it's located.
Right.
And I always knew when I studied my, let's say, spiritual studies about 20 years ago, I naturally knew that something was going on there. And I read a book about Kabbalah, and this book was...
The Kabbalah is?
The Kabbalah is, let's say, the spirituality based on the knowledge of the Hebrew tradition and the Hebrew letters. And so I was reading a book about that. I didn't understand a lot in the book, but there was just one sentence in this book. And reading the sentence, I jumped and I say, this is what we have to understand. This is a secret. And there was
You just knew it intuitively.
I knew it.
Right. And that sentence was?
It was a sentence saying that the secret of the Kabbalah is situated in the knowledge of one center, and that's all.
Of one center?
Yeah.
And that center to you was clearly the center you just described that you call the Alta Major?
Yes. And later on, I was confirmed because I had some doubts, of course, and I found a confirmation in the literature of Alice Bailey. She does speak about the Alta Major.
And she was a spiritual teacher in the late 1800s, early 1900s?
Yes.
And she wrote a lot of books about...
She wrote a lot of books about spirituality, about the path, about the initiation path.
Right.
And she does speak a little about the Alta Major, but it was not time for humankind to know about it more. And what I believe is that now it's time for us to know about the Alta Major and how to use it.
And knowing about the Alta Major will help humans individually and as a group, as a species. How?
Yes, okay. So the way it helps people is that this is the way to be able to be clearly connected to all our chakra system. Okay, this is the way to.
And the chakra system, for beginners, say,
yes,
is the energy system of the human body that, like, connects to different parts of the heart and
the glands,
the glands and things like that.
Within the
so
body.
It's harmonizing the human form spiritually and physically, in a sense.
That's right. We have a physical structure. Okay, this is the physical body,
right.
And around us we have a magnetic field or energy structure, and within this energy structure we have the 7 wheels of energy turning in front of the body.
Call the chakras.
The chakras. Chakra means wheel. Okay, so we have these centers of energy in front of the body, and what we have to do is to have them in alignment like that, in order for us to be able to have our energy raising from down under the spine to the top of the body and go around us. And when all the system is working, we are going through what is called illumination. And in order to be able to do that, you know, yogis are spending a number of lifetimes sitting on their pillows and sometimes on needles, meditating, right. and doing yoga.
The first time I was with Nora, she started talking about sitting on her pillow. I didn't know what she was talking about. And then, you know, it turned out she means meditation. You know, sometimes I talk about it the way I do it, to go upstairs, because the meditation room in my house, everybody goes upstairs to meditate. So when she first said sitting on the pillow, I didn't know.
What is that?
Right. So, in other words, at this time, because of the new millennium and the new age, going from the Piscean age to the Aquarian age, astrologically and all the other things that, you know, we've heard about on the show, that we need to, like, get techniques that are more precise and quicker and clearer, and because we
faster.
have to, and faster, because we have to clean up ourselves and the planet to go through this new millennium, to go into this new millennium.
And we have to attune ourselves with the changes. Planet Earth is changing. So what is happening is that we have to be in harmony with these new energies.
And Earth is changing by raising its vibration, in a sense.
That's right.
So we have to be more lighter, as Abigail would put it, more cleaner from things like ego and selfishness, or disharmony.
Yes.
So the techniques you show in this book help people harmonize.
To harmonize and to have the whole system working together. And it's also a way, you know, what people are looking for is to have the energies coming from under the spine. This energy is called Kundalini. Kundalini means coiled serpent. And we have this structure under the spine located here in our body, and we have to wake up this structure so that it can go through our body and create a full cleansing and a full raising of our vitality, life energy, life force. Okay?
Because there are no blockages. Blockages are what prevent us on all levels from experiencing the fullness of life physically, spiritually, and emotionally.
That's right. And
see, I did read a lot of it.
Great. And in order to do that, everything has to be cleared. And after that, this fire, which is coming from the base of the spine, and this serpent coming from the base of the spine.
You're talking about just describing energy, though. When you say fire, you're not talking about, like, you're talking about an energy force.
It's a fire energy, an energy force.
Right.
Yeah, but it's called very often a fire.
Fire energy.
It's also a serpent. And when this is going up, it's going through the heart, it's going to the top and through the Alta Major. But after that, in order to raise up to the head and to open all the centers and the chakras and all the system in the head, it has to go through a bridge, and the bridge is here behind the neck.
And that's the gland that is called the Alta Major. Now, why is that gland, has it not been active or activated in a human being, and why is it?
Okay, what happened is that a long time ago, let's say 18 million years ago, humankind...
The show wasn't on then.
No, not yet.
No. We were just thinking about it. Right?
We're doing well already, but not so old.
Right.
So 18 million years ago, mankind was very connected with what I call upstairs, the spiritual planes.
Right.
And it was very easy for a human being to just, be connected with his soul and to have a relationship with the spirits and the high beings. But in fact, we were not, as human beings, into physicality completely. Physicality.
And part of what we were supposed to do here as the human race was to connect all together with physicality.
With matter.
With matter.
Okay.
With being in a physical body.
Yes, and we had to connect in order to be able to know the full energy of the duality that we can sense only by being in a physical body.
Right.
And in order for us to experience that, let's say that the spiritual planes decided to disconnect this plug so that we would have to come down. In fact, it was a way for us to go to the physical plane, experience matter, and to be able to evolve again and go back to oneness, to God, after experiencing fully all that, and after balancing the energy of matter and spirit in the heart.
Right.
Because the most important part is to balance those energies in the heart.
And that experience in the human body is what I would describe as love, compassion,
That's right.
surrender, peace, all those kind of God.
Yes. So the Alta Major was disconnected at this time, and it is time now to reconnect it consciously. And as soon as we do that, we can be fully, consciously connected with our soul, our higher self, and it means our God.
Right.
Okay. And so this is what the book is about. And
so you're doing tours all over and book signings to get this book, so people can get it. And you give techniques in the book to connect that, to activate that,
to activate the Alta Major.
The Alta Major. And in doing that, the balance and the harmony will begin to start happening.
And it goes very, very fast. What is interesting is that if people really follow the technique, instead of spending several lifetimes trying, they can feel an immediate balance, and they can go. I have students working with me, and they say that they have never been so fast in their spiritual growth doing that. And I would like to say something which is very important to me because I'm here in America, is that I was asked to come to America, and I was asked to write this book because there is a need here for a basis in the knowledge of what we are, how we work, how to work with ourselves, how to understand ourselves, how to clear our subconscious mind.
And America is the center of communication, so here's the place that you were sent to, like, spread it out,
Yes.
So put it on the internet and Bill Gates and
Eventually, yeah.
Right, so I mean, this is the center of communication.
Well,
in a sense, so you were sent here to the heart, or is it the heart of the beast or the heart of darkness? Which one is it?
Well, America
both,
is such a live country, and there are a lot of things happening here. Europe has this old culture, and but they are not pushed now to grow and to do all this work that we're doing here. So it's necessary for some of the teachers to come here and to
move it along.
And because there is so many things happening here.
Well, we'll come back and talk some later, but now we're privileged to have Abby singing a new song, Alive is My Mother. And the way Abby does her songs, it could have been written in the last 20 minutes. I mean, she just writes song after song. So, Alive is My Mother, here's Abby.
Came to find me. I was ready then, readier than I knew. 'Cause When I started running, I flew into the blue, and nothing's all they could do. And I got away, I got away, I got away, I got away. Hey, hey, I got away, you know, I got away, I got away, I'm getting away. Hey, 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 hey. There you'll find her, she will be sleeping, and before she crosses it, go ahead and get her settled. And when they started coming, I knew what to do. I just kind of walked through the gate like one of them, and I got away, I got away, I got away, I got away. Hey, hey, I got away, you know, I got away, I got away, getting away. Hey, hey, yeah, hey, yeah, hey, yeah, hey, yeah, hey, yeah, hey, get 'em while they're sleeping when they'd never know. Wake them while they're dying so they see. Make them spill the answers that they never show. Wake them while they're dying in their sleep. Him and his gun recognize me, recognize me. I was readier than they knew. 'Cause when I started running, I flew into the building, opened the gate to all of them. Then I closed it and I got away, I got away, I got away, I got away. Hey, 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 I got away, you know, I got away, I got away. Getting while they're sleeping when they never know. Wake them while they're dying so they see. Oh, make them spill the answers that they never show. Wake them while they're dying in their sleep. Yeah, 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 oh no, never gonna get me 'cause I'm flying. Oh no, they're never gonna get me 'cause I'm flying. They'll never reach. Oh no, never gonna get me 'cause I'm flying. They'll never reach. Oh no, they're never gonna get me 'cause I'm never gonna get me 'cause I'm flying. Yeah, 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 while they're sleeping when they never know.
Wow. So a lot's been going on, and well, I'm blown away. I'm not exactly speechless, although that rarely happens anymore. But I did want to say that if anybody's interested in, you know, where Abby's playing, she plays in different places around Santa Barbara, I think around California, or I don't know if she has any albums or tapes out yet, or she might. or wants to get Nora's book, which is I Am That I Am, and it really does specifically teach the technique for opening up the Alta Major. Please call me anytime. My number is 805-687-2053, and I'll give you all the information you need about that. And also, I don't know if I mentioned at the beginning, but I did get requests that people wanted to see the new flyer for the fourth season that we had done. And if you're not in Santa Barbara, the calls were mostly from out of town who had seen the show and knew that we had a new flyer. And they said that they'd like to see it, and I think they saw a little bit of it at the beginning. But our, intention is when we have a show where it's not so packed with incredible information and incredible songs, to really show the video, the flyer clearly. So we wanted to let you know that is coming, and your requests are important to us. Another thing I just wanted to talk about was some of the guests that are coming up. We have Joel and Serafina Andrews, who were on before, and she's a poet and a writer, and he is, I guess, the foremost harp player of the spiritual community, the New Age. He's been doing it for seemingly thousands of years. We also have one of the books, probably in some way she's the most well-known person coming on this season, in a certain sense, Judith Olive, Dr. Judith Olive, who's a psychiatrist and a healer and a psychic, who is one of the few who mixes those psychiatrists and a psychic. And she's written this book called Second Sight that I think is on the bestseller list some which way. I don't know if it's in the top 10 at all, but I know it sold a number of copies, and she's been on numerous of the big talk shows around the country, and she's internationally well known and a really neat person. I've had a chance to speak to her quite often. So now we're going to have the chance to have a demonstration of Nora and Bear. Bear is one of the biggest and oldest fans of Bridging Heaven and Earth, and she volunteered to take part in this demonstration with Nora. And Nora's going to do a demonstration of healing, of reading, of teaching the Alta Major, of whatever comes through at the time, and I think you're in for a really extraordinary experience. So whenever you girls are ready, we're ready.
Okay, so I'm going to work on Bear, and well, I'm not going to do a full session here, and we are not going to speak about alternative medicine or homeopathy, but just about energy. So what I'm doing now, we spoke about the chakra system, and the chakra system is located here in front of the body. So when you work with someone, you start to feel the energy field around the body like that. And when you use your medical intuition, what you do is that, in fact, you go inside the body and you look what is happening. So we were speaking about the Alta Major and the fact that the chakras are supposed to be in alignment here in front of the body so that the structure can work. So when I work with someone, I go inside the person and I look basically on how the male and female energy are organized within the body, so that they can both be complete and work in harmony in those two meridians that are inside the body. And when the person is ready, when we attune our personality and when we clear our personality, what is happening is that you can see those two energies. It's wonderful to look inside. The male is on the right side and the female is on the left side here along the spine, and you can see those two energies. So if I look at Bear now, we want to work through the light, and we want to be a perfect channel for Bear in order to be able to help her. So what we can see here is that, okay, I'm going to speak a little bit about her, but not too much because we're on a show, okay? So this is the right side, and her energy is a little different on the right and on the left. So what it is showing here, the energy is a little darker, and it's well organized. She's a very beautiful being and a very beautiful woman, but I have to say that her relationship with her father was probably easier than the relationship with the mother. Are we right here? Mm-hmm. Okay. And I'm not going to details, don't worry. Okay. Okay. So already she has to work more on her female energy, or she has to work on the blockages and the traumas and the misunderstanding that she might went through with her mother in order to clear this female energy and to balance both of them. And so if I look inside, yes, she does have the two energies are going up. The very first thing that I should say is that her first chakra is beautifully open. You know, the first chakra is at the base of the spine. It has a core petal, a core and 4 petals around. It's beautifully open, but there is need to understand better all the energies of the planet, because the 4 petals of the chakras are not completely developed. What it means is that there is a need, in order for you to be complete, to integrate better the energies of the mineral, the vegetal, and the other realms. We can talk about that. Let's go. The second chakra is here, right in front of the genital system, and it's beautifully open. Now let's talk about the third chakra. The third chakra is in front of the solar plexus, you know, where we feel in our guts. Okay, and this is about a relationship with the world, a relationship with people, our sense of how do I feel myself in the world and how I am, okay? My sense of self-esteem. So if I look at in this area for you, there is a sense of self-esteem. There is a sense of, you know who you are. You know that you have a true value, that you are a beautiful woman. But there is also some weakness here. And it's interesting because it's also on the side of the left side, the mother. Okay, so we have to look inside, and our question will be, what did my mother say to me? You have something at age 5, first trauma, where there was a situation, we are not going into details here also, where your mother said something to you and you made a decision about yourself coming from that. This is a memory which is in your third chakra. And clearing this memory will help to establish the energy of the third chakra working completely, and so on. So we work here. There's a little scar on the heart. Okay, so we are going to work on that. And you work with the hand. I generally also use sounds. I'm a little too shy to do that today, but we can use also. And when you want to work on the Alta Major is here. And we were speaking about establishing a synergy. So the healer is to use in the same time both hands. This one in front of the chakras and the other one in front of the Alta Major, so that we connect all the chakras with the Alta Major. This way, that way, and then that way. Okay? Do you feel the energy?
Yes. Coming down kind of from the very top, and it's actually coming down the left side of my body.
Okay. We are clearing some emotional traumas here. Okay. And after, when you work in aligning the energies, what is important is also to be able to create a sense of balance and a harmony with the heart and with the whole structure here. So you go behind the person and you work from the top this way. Okay, I'm going to do that as smoothly as possible. And you work from behind the person, and you establish the harmony and the balance through the spine. This is a technique where I use what is called sacrocranial adjustment or attunement. And using clairvoyance, you can see, for instance, that her sacrum is a little turned towards the front like that. And so you have to rebalance the sacrum with the spine in order for the energy to be able to flow easily and the nervous system to work. Do you feel the energy going to the sacrum? Mm-hmm. And when you do that, you also allow the fire of Kundalini to be able to come up. We have a beautiful being assisting you here. You're not by yourself, huh? That's wonderful. So whenever you need help, you can ask. There is a being. It's not just a guardian angel helping you, and he's a being from the light. Do you have any question that you would like to ask or something?
No, it just feels like a lot of energy down around my kidney.
Yes, it's clearing also the kidney. What is happening now is that your system is getting balanced. Okay, you're getting grounded, means your first chakra is now starting to be balanced, and the energy is moving up to the top of the head. Do you feel it?
It's vibrating, like everything inside is kind of vibrating.
Yeah, we're working on the heart. Okay, now what is happening is that there is an opening of the throat chakra, which is the chakra of the communication, the power to say what we feel and to communicate with others. And it's releasing something also. There is a memory released from age 17. Something happened at school. So every time we do that, we don't do that just to play the guess game, okay? But what is happening is that when we speak about one of those blockages and those memories, it comes to consciousness, and coming to consciousness, we can work on it. Because attuning the energy is one thing, but clearing the personality and to be able to know ourselves to the point that we feel completely in tune with our heart and our true soul is the best way to reach completeness and oneness. The necessity to clear whoever we are. Okay, so now we know we are working on a different type of energy. The different layers, we have different layers around the body. It's almost done, so we are on time. We're good. How do you feel?
Like everything's vibrating right now and hot, really warm.
Some people feel the energy, some don't. It's great. Just don't cross your hands when this is not finished. We can keep going, it's fine.
Well, I don't know if I mean, I was watching part of it. I mean, obviously I'm on the same set they are, and I was watching part of it on the monitor and part of it live. And I don't know if you in Studio Land could feel the power and the love and the concentration that went into that, but it was very, very extraordinary and powerful here. And I don't know if also you could see the change in Bear from the beginning. I mean, she started out beautiful, but by the end there was like a radiance and a glowing that was really evident here. I mean, you could really just feel the energy change. So amazing, you know. I mean, so often we think we know exactly how everything goes and how everything is, but there are so many forces and so much love and energy in ways that we can't comprehend that are starting to be comprehended by us and available to us, that we should really be humble in that experience. I mean, what I say to people quite often is that we're hurtling through space on this ball. I mean, you know, planet Earth is just hurtling through space, and we're these little beings on this planet. Now, what is reasonable after that? What do we think is reasonable? What do we think we know in the context of that? And if we could just remember that once a day, for 1 second, it would change the entire way we proceed in this life, and it would be an opening. Because in reality, we really don't know. We're really not aware of all the answers and all the ways it is. So as a human being, we can proceed with an openness and an openness of heart, because there are lessons out there for us and available to us now. So now let's go to Abby for a third song. It's called This Voice. We're extremely fortunate to have Abby with us, so thank you.
This a little lower, so you guys, if you're gonna hear the whole song, it should be the best it can be. So this is called One Voice.
Wow, thank you, Abby. That was incredible. So here we are with Nora. She's back from the other set, which actually in this studio is not that far, so welcome back. So how do you feel when you do that? I mean, do you feel different than, like sitting here with me?
Well, yes, I feel completely centered, completely connected when I do that. I feel the energy going through my body and through the other body. And it's also, it's a joy to be able to help someone to do that.
Yeah, it's a really beautiful gift. I mean, you feel really fortunate, right?
I feel doing naturally what I do.
Right.
I feel, everybody can do it. We just have to believe. If you believe that you can do something, we don't, and we can go to school. We go to school to learn a number of other things. We can also learn about that. It's something that everybody can develop.
Do you hold workshops and seminars on teaching the opening besides the Alta Major? And every time I say that, there's a Jewish expression that I always think of using, but it's just, I heard it when I was a kid a lot. But
okay.
So,
well, we do
do workshops and things like that?
Yes, we do have workshops where we help people to feel, to know themselves, to clear themselves. We do rituals and we do ceremony in the desert. Is this how you say
Actually,
it?
It's funny you were going to say that because you were reading it.
I do it on purpose.
Let me tell this story. This is a great story. So Nora was over at my house when we were talking, and she started telling the story that she does these workshops, and she said she does these workshops in the desert. And I said, that's where I do my workshops, in the dessert bar. And obviously she meant desert. And because you live near the Zion National Park, and that's where you do.
Yes.
So you hold workshops there.
Yes,
but you're available, because this is what you do. So
I travel also.
Right, so if people want you anywhere where the show is shown right across the country, if there were enough people, you would come there if they could arrange it.
Yes, this is what we do. And well, we didn't talk too much about it yet, and we do that integrating also alternative medicines. So it can be a complete workshop about how to heal ourselves.
I mean, alternative medicine, meaning homeopathy and acupuncture. You're trained in these. You're a doctor of something, right? There's a DR in front of you. Are you an MD or a DR?
No, I'm not an MD, but I happen to be trained in all the alternative medicine. It means that,
I mean, you were trained, but you knew it intuitively to a large extent, but then you actually went through the degree programs.
Yes, I wanted to have papers because I needed to develop my own understanding.
Uh-huh.
And so I'm trained as a natural doctor, as a doctor of homeopathy, in acupuncture, aromatherapy, and iridology.
So you're like 312 years old if you went to all these schools.
No, I'm 21 actually.
You only went over this. So when you do these workshops or these teaching seminars, I mean, you try to integrate like the whole realm of human clearing and growth as well.
Well, it's difficult to do everything at the same time, but I noticed that what really people like is to be able to get in touch with their own body, to know what is the energy, to know how to clear themselves. For instance, when we do a clearing of the chakras, what is happening is after that, they are not sick anymore, and I teach them how to do it themselves.
How to stay unsick, rather than adding on and just starting the whole process of getting sick again.
And we do a lot of meditation together. And the fun part of it is that we go and do that in the wild. So we have a little
desert.
Yes, that's it. We have a little hike, and we can work together. And we have beautiful spirits coming, because it's a place where Indians were. So we have
this place in Zion.
In Zion,
right?
Yeah.
So it's,
besides the lights around us and the Ascended Masters, we often have old Indian spirits and animal spirits around us. So we have a good time.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and of course the spiritual work is done too. So I'm available to anywhere in the country, not only to speak, but also to teach if people want. And we have sounding, of course. We have toning.
Oh, you do toning too. I mean, I've heard you do it. You're staying in my house now, so I mean, every once in a while walking around, I hear this sound. It's like, what? I was like, there's something wrong with the fish tank. And
she's singing again.
Right, she's singing again. She must be happy. So yeah, that's yeah. So I mean, you integrate that because your belief is now that color and sound are really important in the harmonizing of the human.
It is so powerful. Sound in the Bible, say it with the right English. It says, and at the beginning was the
Word.
The Word.
And the
okay.
Word was with
So God created all through sound. And
a vibration that we hear as sound.
yes.
Right.
And so what is happening is that if we know how to produce the right sound, we can create clearing, but we are capable of creating geometrical patterns within the body at a cellular level. And as a clairvoyant, I can see it. When we do a sound, you can see the geometrical forms and patterns happening on the body and in the body. And every time you do that, you create a new capacity, a new energy.
A new imprint on
a new imprint, yeah, in the
so you're
in the
clearing
body.
my house, so it's better than it was 3 days ago. Thank
Let's
God.
say that. Now, your house is fine.
Right.
It's just that I need to sing.
I understand.
So we integrate that in the workshops because people love to do it. They love to do it. They think it's great.
Right.
And when you do that before meditation, the level of the vibration is raising so easily and so strongly that everybody is in a great state. Put them in not the state of consciousness, and they know how to meditate. And after that, they can do it at home.
Right. So I mean, you're really trying to teach people methods that they can carry with them, and so where they don't need you, they don't need the dessert, they don't need anything, right? They just, it's like they're learning how to clear their own vibration.
That's right, but a little sweet is okay.
No, sweets are very good. We know that. We had that for lunch. Okay, so I guess the show's over pretty soon, and I'd like to really thank Nora for coming. And Nora's from St. George, Utah, which is like an hour and a half out of Las Vegas. And Abby, who lives in Santa Barbara, we're obviously incredibly honored to have Abby with us again. So all the people who called, and Abby will be back with us again and again. So it's been a wonderful evening for me. I hope it has been for you. Good night. God bless you. Please tune in if you're in a city that sees the show every week. Tune in next week. If you see in a city that sees it twice a month, try to find out when it's on, because I'm telling you, the guests we have for this season really are guests of love. They're guests of consciousness. They're guests of humbleness, and the opportunity for all of us to experience more and more is really going to be available. So I don't know what to say anymore, but it's available. Thank you.